On May 29, 2022, Nepal aviation industry faced a heart-wrenching disaster. Tara Air Flight 197, a routine domestic flight, crashed just moments after taking off from Pokhara, leaving 22 passengers and 3 crew members dead. The wreckage was found in the remote mountains of Mustang District, hidden under layers of dense fog and treacherous terrain. As the nation grieved, questions arose. How did this happen? Was it human error, or was there something beyond our control at play? The loss of so many lives, including a British former ballet dancer, shook Nepal, leaving a void that would never be filled. Before we dive into shocking detail of Tara Flight 197 crash, subscribe to our channel. Tara Air Flight 197 was a scheduled domestic flight, departing from Kathmandu and heading towards Jomsom, a popular tourist destination nestled in the Himalayan region of Nepal. The flight was operated by Tara Air, a well-known regional airline in Nepal, which had a solid reputation for connecting remote areas with the capital. This flight was meant to take just over 20 passengers, along with the crew, on a routine journey. The aircraft, a de Havilland Canada DHC-6 Twin Otter, was designed to navigate the challenging terrain of the Nepalese mountains, known for its reliability and ability to handle difficult conditions. On the morning of May 29, 2022, Flight 197 took off from Pokhara, a central city located about 200 kilometers west of Kathmandu, and was en route to Jomsom. However, just moments after takeoff, disaster struck. The weather conditions, a mix of dense fog and low visibility, began to worsen. The plane started experiencing difficulties as it ascended, and soon after, the aircraft disappeared from radar. Despite the efforts of the crew to stabilize the situation, the plane tragically crashed into the rugged mountains of Mustang District. The flight that should have been a simple journey turned into one of Nepal's deadliest aviation accidents. Tara Air Flight 197 carried a mix of passengers, including both Nepali nationals and foreign visitors. Among them was a British former ballet dancer, whose tragic death added to the sorrow of the crash. He had recently completed a placement at a spinal rehabilitation center in Kathmandu, where he worked with individuals recovering from serious injuries. His family later paid tribute to his colorful, beautiful life, acknowledging his selfless contribution to the rehabilitation center. This detail humanized the tragedy, showing that the passengers were more than just numbers. They had stories, dreams, and purposes, making their loss even more heartbreaking. The ballet dancer, remembered for his grace and compassionate work, was one of the many victims whose lives were cut short in the blink of an eye. His death highlighted the tragic irony of a man dedicated to healing others, losing his own life in such a devastating way. His family's tribute, calling him vibrant and full of life, resonated deeply with the public, showing the wide-reaching impact of the tragedy. This moment added an emotional layer to the already devastating news, reminding everyone that behind every flight is a personal story waiting to be told. The final moments of Tara Air Flight 197 were filled with uncertainty and fear. As the plane began its ascent from Pokhara, the weather conditions began to worsen rapidly. Dense fog and low visibility created a hazardous environment for the crew, making navigation difficult. The aircraft's communication with air traffic control was cut off abruptly, sparking immediate concern. According to reports, the flight crew struggled to maintain control as the plane encountered turbulence and a sharp climb into the mountainous terrain. The aircraft, a DHC-6 Twin Otter, is known for its ability to handle rough conditions, but the combination of poor weather and the complex geography of Nepal presented overwhelming challenges. At some point, the aircraft lost its course, and the crew's final attempt to correct the flight path seemed futile. Moments later, the aircraft disappeared from radar. Despite efforts by air traffic control to communicate and guide the plane, the pilot could not overcome the perilous situation, and the plane tragically crashed into the mountains. The precise cause of the crash remains under investigation, but it's clear that the combination of human error, the weather, and the mountainous terrain played a major role in the disaster. The investigation into the crash of Tara Air Flight 197 revealed a crucial detail: pilot error played a significant role in the tragedy. Early reports indicated that the crash was caused by the pilot pulling the wrong lever during a critical moment. This mistake, though seemingly simple, led to a series of catastrophic events. The pilot likely became disoriented due to the worsening weather conditions and low visibility, leading to confusion in the cockpit. In such a high-stress environment, a minor error can quickly escalate into disaster. The wrong lever, which was meant for controlling certain flight functions, caused the aircraft to lose altitude rapidly. Unfortunately, the crew was unable to recover from this sudden loss of control before the plane crashed into the mountains. This tragic error highlighted the extreme pressure pilots face when navigating in difficult weather conditions, especially in regions with complex terrain like Nepal. The mistake also raised questions about pilot training and whether the crew had adequate resources to handle such challenging circumstances. Investigations continue, but this error underscores the fragile nature of air travel in such rugged environments, where even the slightest misstep can result in deadly consequences. Nepal's mountainous terrain and unpredictable weather conditions posed significant challenges to Tara Air Flight 197. The route from Pokhara to Jomsom takes planes through some of the most difficult and remote landscapes in the world. The aircraft, a DHC-6 Twin Otter, is designed for such environments, known for its ability to navigate through rugged areas. However, on the day of the crash, dense fog and low visibility drastically reduced the pilot's ability to navigate safely. The mountainous region's terrain is particularly hazardous because of its steep cliffs, sharp ridges, and narrow valleys, making it difficult to safely land or divert in the event of an emergency. Additionally, weather in Nepal is notoriously unpredictable, with sudden changes in visibility and wind speed. These factors, combined with the high altitude of the region, increase the risks involved in flying. The weather conditions on May 29, 2022, were worsened by heavy clouds and fog, making it almost impossible for the pilots to see the terrain ahead. These natural challenges, along with the lack of clear weather radar in some parts of the region, significantly impaired the flight's safety. The crash revealed how difficult and risky air travel in Nepal's mountainous regions can be, even for experienced pilots and reliable aircraft. The investigation into Tara Air Flight 197 focused on determining whether the crash was caused by human error or mechanical failure. Initial findings indicated that the pilot's mistake of pulling the wrong lever was a major factor in the disaster. However, investigators also examined the aircraft's mechanical condition to rule out any technical issues. The DHC-6 Twin Otter, a reliable aircraft commonly used in challenging environments like Nepal, was found to be in good condition prior to the flight. There were no significant signs of mechanical failure, which narrowed the cause down to pilot error and the difficult flying conditions. In addition to human error, the investigation also looked into the weather conditions on the day of the crash. Low visibility, fog, and turbulence added to the difficulty of flying in the mountainous terrain, creating a scenario where the pilot might have lost situational awareness. The black box and flight data recorder were crucial in uncovering the pilot's actions during the final moments of the flight. While the pilot's error was clear, the investigation revealed that external factors, such as weather and the complex terrain, likely contributed to the tragic outcome. This comprehensive investigation underscored the fragile nature of aviation in such challenging environments, where every decision counts. Eyewitness accounts from locals and rescue teams provided crucial insights into the aftermath of the Tara Air Flight 197 crash. Villagers in the remote Mustang district where the crash occurred reported hearing a loud noise followed by a plume of smoke rising from the crash site. They immediately alerted authorities and began searching the area, despite the difficult terrain. Rescue teams faced extreme challenges, including dense fog, rough mountain paths, and high altitudes, which made reaching the wreckage incredibly difficult. The local people's quick actions, along with the dedication of the Nepali army and rescue personnel, helped locate the wreckage after hours of searching. The harsh conditions made the recovery efforts slow, but they were determined to bring closure to the families of those lost. The bravery of the eyewitnesses and rescuers, who risked their own lives to assist in recovery, highlighted the resilience of the Nepali people in times of tragedy. The aftermath of Tara Air Flight 197's crash had a profound impact on Nepal's aviation sector. The tragedy sparked intense national and international debate over aviation safety standards in the country. Nepal, known for its challenging geography and unpredictable weather, has faced repeated aviation accidents, leading to growing concerns about the safety of its air travel. The crash of Flight 197, with 22 lives lost, reignited discussions about the training and qualifications of pilots, aircraft maintenance procedures, and the availability of safety equipment. In response to the crash, the Nepali government and aviation authorities began re-evaluating existing protocols, focusing on improving pilot training, especially in handling complex weather conditions and difficult terrains. There was also a renewed emphasis on updating safety regulations for small aircraft, many of which operate in remote regions. The crash led to increased calls for better weather forecasting technology and stricter regulations on flight routes in challenging environments, aiming to prevent such tragedies in the future. The tragic loss of lives in Terra Air Flight 197 deeply affected Nepal and the world. As we remember those lost, including a British former ballet dancer who dedicated his life to helping others, it's crucial to reflect on the importance of aviation safety. This disaster highlights the need for better pilot training, advanced weather technology, and safer flight routes in challenging areas. We must learn from this and push for continuous improvements. What are your thoughts on aviation safety in such regions? Share your opinions and ideas on how we can prevent similar tragedies in the future.